5 Reclaim the Lanes events between 2010 and 2013 showed an uncommercial motivation as they exploded out of the artistic and creative underground of Newtown. These colourful and wacky roving street fiestas showed what can be achieved by many hands as they presented themselves in the lanes and streets, and the local community met itself. The last of a series of 5 Reclaim the Lanes was held in February 2013. Making these events happen and sweep with the police and councils is not an easy job for those that put hours of their time into them.
Reclaim the Lanes was put on by people without permission.
It started out with me and my friend Tim getting really drunk and deciding to do a small laneway party for about 100 friends in the laneway behind a house I used to live in, and we put it up on Facebook and woke up with hangovers, and somehow there was already a couple of thousand people coming to the event.
It's like, well, how legal, or if legal, or do we do this legally?
And we realised we probably had to talk to the police.
We got police to come along and we made them aware, but we didn't ask for permission from the council because it would be far too expensive and probably not be approved.
You've got to have the courage to do this stuff, and courage gets easier to come by the more people you've got working on it. So if you've got your numbers and a bunch of courage, you'll find a way to do stuff.
6 to 8 weeks of every afternoon of planning and getting people together and going and visiting sites.
It is an illegal party essentially, but that's what you have to do in places where you know, laws are tough.
And making maps and talking to volunteers.
The first organisation of Reclaim the Lanes took a bit of effort, maybe 2 or 3 meetings and people doing what they said they were going to do, the do-ocracy.
Realising something that you think is impossible is kind of what Reclaim the Lanes is all about.
And also I guess we were taking techniques that were originally part of Reclaim the Streets.
For me, Reclaim the Lanes was so special because it was like a protest, you know, people on the street with placards, except it wasn't to protest anything, it was a celebration.
Being able to explore the laneways of Newtown, you know, like there's so many little back streets there that people have never seen. You know, I've never seen some of the little laneways.
It's not just the work of the Reclaim the Lanes crew, but it's the work of everyone who actually gets involved.
Everybody knows that it's much easier to do something awesome if you're part of a great group of people, and Reclaim the Lanes is just the manifestation of that.
It's made by the participants and it's made by the community rather than being a centrally organised kind of event.
People just self-organising a party and taking it to the streets.
The fact that it's actually a protest, but it's a massive party.
Yeah, it just shows what the potential of a lot of artists can do when they come together collectively and have the space to do it, and the lanes are perfect to do it.
A lot of people love Newtown, including myself, or the inner west, just because it's a place that attracts a diverse group of people, like gays, lesbians, punks, students, you know, the different ethnic groups. It's always been a real melting pot, and I think as it's slowly become gentrified and a lot of those people have been pushed out, Reclaim the Lanes was kind of for me, this is still our culture and our precinct and our land, and we still would like to use it even if we can't afford to rent it anymore.
It brings back to the front that it is our city.
March down the street saying, you know, we are an awesome community, and look at our sweet sound systems, and look at all our colour, and look at how diverse we are.
You know, it's kind of a bit like dare I say it, sort of Burning Man or one of those kind of events that are defined entirely by the participant sort of principle.
And how there are young people and old people here.
Everyone feels like they can make a difference to the party. They can, you know, they can say something there.
It's a good free stage for people to get their stuff out there.
The community spirit that actually got behind it by the time we'd done the 5th one was amazing and unique.
It is our heritage. Do what we want to communicate with each other, to gather in the streets.
It wasn't hard, it was just thrown together, you know, as long as you've got a good crew of people who are there on the day to put on some high-vis and pick up trash.
Volunteers that came out of nowhere that we found on Twitter who were just, we want to work the whole day and you know, gave up being at the party to follow us around and pick up rubbish.
Where else would you find a roving street party that takes over not just one section of Newtown, but a number of sections of Newtown? And not only that, just gathers people as they go, like the Pied Piper.
There's no commercial side of it, you know, you don't have that aspect of people selling things and their stalls, and it's pretty predictable what you'll find at other type of events, whereas Reclaim Lanes, it's very unpredictable and people do what they want.
I really enjoy the fact that it just Reclaim the Lanes like self-polices itself. Like, there's plenty of people drinking too much and doing whatever, but it just never descends into a sort of dickhead violency or crazy damaging cars or property or whatever. It just has this really joyous spirit of playfulness that you know, is respectful and fun, yet, you know, anarchic and sort of crazy at the same time.
It's a chance to play the music you like as loud as you like.
Stand up on that hill and look at a sea of 1,400 people waving flags, the colour and the sound system.
Well, the end of the first Reclaim the Lanes, which got way out of hand.
It poured with rain, like lots of them have.
It was meant to be a picnic at the end of it, and it turned into a rave.
It was raining and we were in Camperdown Park, and the grass was totally wet, and there was just heaps of punters who were just sort of sticking it out anyway.
With Seymour Butts and Paul Mac DJing.
There was this wicked party at the end. It must have been like hundreds, maybe 500, 600 or 700 people there.
It's really, really muddy, and the DJ thing was set down the bottom of the hill, and just as it got muddier and muddier and muddier, people were sort of like, if you were dancing and you sort of move forward, they'd start sort of sliding down the hill.
And it was just hilarious. There was plenty of people just going wild in mudslides and stuff and getting pretty muddy, which led to a lot of people getting naked.
We played right after, who was it? It was Seymour Butts and Paul Mac played, and I just remember everyone got their kit off and just got down in the mud, you know, like it was just so hectic and crazy and full of energy.
I've been living in hell's cold with the trap set right outside the mouth doors, and no money would never consider myself poor. Wasn't best dressed, but was always so fresh.
Actually, I had somebody at the front sort of like bouncing people off as they were sort of sliding down the hill, about to like crash into the decks.
And, you know, just everyone was there to have so much fun.
And the police just let us go. It's pretty Dionysian, pretty nymph-like by the end of it. Yeah.